lowered herself onto the chair. Her legs no longer had the strength to support her. She could feel her heart hammering in her chest and struggled to hear over the pulsating, rushing noise in her head. The world had started to turn grey around the edges. She sucked in a deep breath and thought, "Don't faint. Don't faint. Think. Look for something, a weapon, anything." But she couldn't tear her eyes from her daughter, who, oblivious to the threat, was smiling in the stranger's arms. "We can make this easy or we can make this hard. It's up to you," he said, as he adjusted Angel's weight on his hip. "I need you to write a note." "If it's money you want, my purse is in the bedroom. Take it. Take anything. Just give me back my daughter." "Ah, money. Well, no, it's not that simple." Gabby watched him gently tease Angel with a flick knife, tickling her under the chin. Angel giggled and kept reaching out, trying to grab at it. Gabby felt her gorge rise and swallowed back hard. She could not allow herself to retch or faint. She had to keep a cool head. With her eyes, she begged Angel not to hit the damned button by accident. Then her anger flared up, momentarily breaking through the fear. She leapt to her feet. "What do you want, you fucking sick bastard? If you hurt her, I will kill you, I fucking swear." "Well, I'm afraid I'm not the one who's going to be dying today." A contemptuous grin spread across the man's face. "Like I said, we can make this easy or we can make this hard. It's up to you. Me? I have a job to do. I don't personally like hurting children, so if you cooperate, we can just get this done and your daughter will be fine. If you make any trouble..." With a lightning-fast action, he activated the flick knife and deftly removed a lock of Angel's hair. Gabby flopped back onto the chair, fighting the urge to vomit as she watched the curl drift down to the floor. Her hands flew up to her face to physically hold back the need to scream. It took her several seconds to regain control. She forced herself to lower her hands back to the tabletop to battle the constriction in her throat. "I'll do anything," she whispered, and then looked up to meet his gaze. "Just don't hurt my baby. For God's sake, just leave her alone." He looked at her, appraising, then reached down and pressed the blade of the knife on the table. The click, as it closed, made Gabby flinch. "Now, get a pen and a piece of paper. I need you to write that note." Gabby reached over and grabbed at the pen and pad she kept by the telephone. She almost dropped them. Her hands were shaking so much. "What do I have to write?" she asked. "Oh, I think we'll keep it simple. Sorry, honey, I love you. Something like that." "What?" "Let me spell it out for you. You are going to die. I want you to write a simple, fitting suicide note. That's it. It's not that hard. Now write." His words hit like a blow to the stomach. A gasping sob escaped her, and she grasped the edge of the table to steady herself. The man was tall, muscular, and probably twice her weight. He had Angel squirming now, tired of being held and wanting her mother's arms. Disbelief surged up, and Gabby found herself banging her fists on the table. A keening noise escaped her mouth. "Don't be so bloody childish, lady. It's not going to help you or your daughter. I'm going to get my bag. You pull yourself together. Try anything, and it's the girl who will pay." He turned, still carrying Angel, and walked out into the hall towards the bedroom. She had only a moment. She had to think. There was no way she'd let people believe she'd killed herself. No way she could leave that legacy for Angel or Lockie. Quickly, and with a badly shaking hand, she scrawled a note on the pad, then ripped the piece off, screwed it up, and flung it into a pile of old newspapers in the kitchen. Maybe, just maybe, he'd miss it. She could already hear the man's footsteps returning. She breathed heavily. Her heart still raced, but suddenly Gabby felt strangely calm, almost disconnected, a mere observer. A thought entered her head, and as soon as it solidified, her lips formed the question. "Why?" He came back into the room and swung the bag up onto the table with one arm, making a heavy thud. "Why?" she asked again. "Why are you doing this to me? What did I ever do to you?" "To me? Nothing. I'm just doing my job, lady. Shit happens." He hoisted Angel up where she'd slid down from his hip. "Now get on with writing that note before I get pissed off." Gabby picked up the pen again and tried to think of a way to get the message across.